Hello, today is the 4th of April 2025, and I am in a particularly reflective, nostalgic, sentimental kind of mood because it was exactly this day, 20 years ago, that I started my CELTA course at International House in Prague in Czechia. And it was going to be a 2-year plan, 2 years of teaching English, I wasn't sure where, and then get a real job, real career, because, lots of people like me who decide to become English teachers, do a CELTA. We don't really plan on making it a career. It just becomes one, kind of the accidental career. So what better day and time to launch this new little project that I'm going to call Drinkglish, which is a portmanteau of drunk and English, but it's not quite like what it sounds. Don't worry. But like I said, I'm very reflective in general, and especially on these big anniversaries. 20 years. It's a lot to, where has the time gone? The old cliche. So to inaugurate or to launch this project, especially over the next few weeks, I am looking for lots of volunteers and guests. I already have a couple of people interested, but part of what Drinkglish is going to be about, yeah, sure, it involves maybe a bit of drinking, but that's optional. I don't even have a drink right now. This is terrible for my first episode. I should have a beer, a glass of wine in my hand because, sometimes a drink, even a tea, a coffee, whatever, any kind of drink, doesn't have to be alcohol, but it can maybe sometimes loosen things up a little bit. I want to talk to fellow teachers about their CELTA experiences, about what the CELTA was like. I want to reflect and tell you some stories about my CELTA over the next few weeks. And I want to talk to language learners and even give you an English lesson. I'm going to be broadcasting this. This is going to be on my YouTube channel called Drinkglish, and I might even put it on my Substack as well. I'm also going to be talking to regular people, a lot of Substack writers, others who are interested. And this is meant to be a resource for language learners. So I'm going to highlight good language. I'm looking for language learners who want to be my guinea pigs for some lessons. Okay, it's a free lesson, as long as you agree to let me put this up on YouTube for millions of viewers. 2, I want fellow professionals, fellow colleagues from around the world to talk about English, talk about language, fun things about language, cool things about language. And 3, regular everyday people who have things to say and good language to share. And again, I want language learning to be fun and interesting and not contrived, not like, okay, let's learn some idioms. It's raining cats and dogs. Repeat after me. No. None of that stuff. Natural, relaxed conversation, but also with a bit of a twist. Let me show you a few pictures. Just want to do a bit of reminiscing if you're with me still. This is, there's yours truly right there. Lovely picture of me and Josh and Yumi and Gen, a couple of my CELTA comrades. We were a nice mixed bunch, my CELTA group. I'll tell you more about them in my next episode. We also have right here, this is me and Pavel, kind of a crazy guy on our last night of the course. Probably had a few drinks by this point. We've got me and Dennis. This is, if you look at the date in the bottom right corner, that's April 29th. That was the final day of the course when we made it. We passed. And spoiler alert, I barely passed. I barely passed by the skin of my teeth. And then there's our final picture right there. That's a lovely one of Dennis. And look at all those beers. My goodness. That was the kind of month it was. It was a glorious month. Probably too much partying and too much fun. Now I want to show you a few of my potential logos for my project. And I'd love some feedback. You can tell me what you think of all of these different logos. Look at this one here. That's the first. Yeah. A friend of mine helped me out with these. I don't have very many design skills. Can I say that? I don't have very good design skills. And then here's the next. Here's the next. And then we've got this one right here. Looks like kind of a bookshop library. And then our penultimate one. That's a nice word, penultimate. And our final right there, our final contender for Drinkglish, laughing at language. I have a clear preference, and you know what? I should probably just choose it instead of asking people, but I'm curious. What do you think? So I might even put up a poll or something if I can do that. But tell me what you think. I would love some volunteers. I'll be calling. I really want to start with some other teachers and colleagues and stuff like that, past, present, and future, to reflect and reminisce and wax nostalgic about our CELTA experiences. Okay? Welcome to Drunkglish, and I will see you very soon.